So now,
yeah, I think a huge part of that is that often people create immersive experiences to show you what you can see with your own eyes. You know, be that a virtual tour of London, for example, with a 360 camera. And of course, there's a place and a time for a virtual tour or for that type of technology to be used in that role. But often they fall flat of people's imagination and expectations. I think we all have, you know, high resolution eyes, and sometimes a 360 camera won't hold up to that expectation. However, if we can take people somewhere they can't go, which we hopefully achieve with Micro Monsters, there's never an expectation of what it looks like or an imaginary picture that the user is trying to push or match to their expectations. And so for us as storytellers, it provides, I think, a richer space to tell stories.
well, I agree. And talking about that, you mentioned that you got on board with this project back with the Del Mar before it was announced to be the Quest 2. Did you also know that 8K was coming?
Yeah, so originally the series was marked to be produced at 6K, and we got about 3 months into the production and was approached by Facebook, Eric Chang and his team to see if 8K was possible. And I think all the tech heads within the team got really excited about this, and the producers not so much, but we took the decision that it would be possible. Within our immersive media workflow, it was much easier just to up the resolution of the edits. Where it was a massive challenge, though, was in the CG components, where we had to render scenes at 8K 60 FPS. So yeah, we when we knew the opportunity was there, we snapped at it, especially once we actually saw the content at full resolution that saturated the Quest 2 headset. It was mind-blowing. And suddenly, you know, one round the skeptics in it. There was a lot of people who related to the idea that 8K isn't necessary. You know, why do you need 8K when the headset resolution's only 2K? And once you go through the little formula and why it's important to saturate the displays at their resolution, you end up at 8K. But yeah, we were really excited to produce to that resolution and be one of the first productions to have a fully native 8K 60 experience on Oculus.
I think that's fantastic. I think actually you are the first 8K. And I have to tell you that since I shot for you guys, everything I've been shooting, I've been doing out at 8K, because I can't wait to start posting this stuff up onto my Oculus Media Studio account in 8K VR 180.
Yeah, I think the opportunity that Oculus have really opened up for creators is now that you can upload your file and, you know, upload your delivery file to Oculus Media Studio and have that very file distributed to people now via the cache feature. So it cuts out a huge QA problem that creators often received, which was that they would QA a file in terms of compression, artifacting, grade, color space, all these things that we focus on so much. And then that file would be churned through an encoder on the Facebook side and, you know, adapt or change those things that we'd focus so hard on. So now with the ability to distribute that very file that you've uploaded, we can guarantee users the quality that we expect and the quality that we've delivered to the platform. So it's a pretty big game changer.
Well, I have to tell you, I have not gotten to see it on the Quest 2 yet. I'm still waiting for mine to come in, but I have looked at it on my Quest. And even at 5.2 or 5.7, whichever they wound up bringing it in at, it still looks magnificent. And I've looked at all 5, and I'm going to put you on the spot now a little bit. I've looked at all 5, and I loved every single one of them, but I'm going to ask you, which one was your favorite?
So I've got 2 favorites, which I don't know if that's cheating. Probably The Feast and Flight, Episode 4, or The Deadly Lullaby, Episode 5. And I think that's mainly because they both provide an amazing use case, but also the source imagery is itself just stunning. Obviously, the Deadly Lullaby is a little bit creepy, and it takes you into this kind of dark world full of spider webs. But Episode 4 with The Feast and Flight and the changing of the monarch butterfly is unreal. Just to see macro photography of butterflies that close up and watch the metamorphosis of the butterfly and travel into its cocoon in kind of X-ray CG. It tends to just take people's breath away, and when they come out of the headset and they're kind of dazed a little bit and want to see more.
I totally agree.